So this video is actually a compilation of 3 Keep It or Toss It videos that were going to be separate. I decided to put them all together into one video because I think it was too short. And I think going forward, this is either going to be the last Keep It or Toss It video, or I'm just going to do something different with this because I'm not keeping up with this. I thought I was going to be able to keep up with this series, but it's turning into every other video project where I just put it off until I have time, and I never do. So, yeah, enjoy. I don't know how many people I'm going to piss off with this one because, you know, it's one of those classic N64 games. I don't even know if it's classic, dude. I didn't even know this game existed until I saw it. This is Extreme G, a racing game on the Nintendo 64. And if you ask me, it just kind of feels like it wants to be F-Zero, and I'd rather be playing F-Zero at this point. Yeah, I don't know. You ever play a game and you're just so unimpressed with it immediately? That's kind of how I feel with Extreme G. I'm not really a fan of the movement. I'm not really a fan of the type of racing game it is. In general, I'm just not that impressed. I don't know what more to say, man. The game was just kind of there, you know? I found this at a thrift store one day, and I was like, oh, an N64 game. Sure, I'll pick it up. It's the only N64 game in the entire place, for super cheap, too. And, I didn't play it. This was my first time playing it, and I was just so unimpressed with it, dude. I had this game in my shelf for, like, years. I don't even know when I picked it up, but I remember for years I've had it. I finally play it, and I'm just so... It's boring. I hate to say it. I feel like it's one of those games that, I don't know, you had to be there during its launch, maybe. You had to be there when it was new to, like, maybe fully appreciate it. Because how many racing games were on the N64 back then? Overall, I'm just not impressed, and also not really looking for a racing game of this caliber, I guess. If I really wanted to play a game like this, I would just play F-Zero. That's it. That's all I really have to say. It's just I'm not impressed with this. It just feels like it wants to be F-Zero, and I'd rather be playing F-Zero. So why would I keep that? I'm not keeping this game. So this is another game I found in a thrift store one day and just grabbed it. This was more recent though, and I remember trying to test it out too. And I had to do a lot of deep cleaning to get it to work. And even then, I couldn't get it working for long. So if the footage looks weird, you know why. Anyway, so Top Gear Rally, it's arcade racing game made by Boss Game Studios, who's known for Top Gear Rally. I really do hate to be like this because I do like racing games. Same thing with Extreme G last video. I'm really not that impressed with this game, and there'd be so many other things I'd rather play, and part of it is also because, you know, I think of all the systems I have, I'm so not into playing my N64. I think I grew up playing it, but playing it nowadays, I hate the controls, dude. I hate the controller, and I don't want this to turn into, like, I hate the N64, actually. The N64 is a terrible console. Because it's not. I'm just not a big fan of it. Like, yeah, there are good games on the N64. I do like games on the N64. I just would rather not be playing the N64. But anyway, Top Gear Rally. You hit checkpoints before the timer runs out. The turning is really weird. You get to change certain things about your vehicle, like, what was it, tires? You can customize the car with different tires and suspensions, which I guess might have an effect on the actual gameplay. I won't know. Maybe I would have had a better time if I had a better understanding of what all this meant. But I'll be honest, I just played the one race, and I think part of what makes a racing game good is, like, maybe, I don't know, maybe there's an actual competition going on. There was another guy racing with me, another NPC guy. I never saw him after the first lap. I and for the most part, I just held down the accelerate button, and dude's just gone. I never saw that guy again, and I'm gonna have the same excuse for the next game too, because I don't know, the racing games just aren't interesting if there's no chance of losing, you know. I don't know if again, it was just the game mode I was playing, or maybe I'm just not playing the right game. The controls are weird. I don't know what it was, but my first impressions with the game weren't good, and I want to play a different racing game, man. It's just, I'm not keeping this game. Not that my version of the game even works anyway, but yeah, I want to play a good racing game, man. Alright, if I didn't piss anyone off with the previous two videos, I'm definitely going to piss someone off with this video. So Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. I have a friend who's super into this game. I remember him showing me a bit of this game and, you know, showing me what you can do with the game. Like with, I don't know what he was doing in particular, but special weapons of some kind, I'm not sure. But yeah, it's just a racing game. It's pod racing. It's now a good time to mention this is the only Star Wars movie I've ever seen. Not big onto Star Wars, and the only time I ever watched Star Wars was when I was in high school when, God, I think it was my English teacher. He made us watch Episode 1. He made us watch Star Wars Episode 1. That was for a project later on. We spent like 3 days watching that fucking movie. And I'll be real, I don't remember most of it. Goes to show how well I paid attention watching that movie. Anyway, we're not talking about the movie today. We're talking about the game. And it's one of those, like, it's like F-Zero and Wipeout, I guess. You just race super fast and don't try to hit anything, because if you hit something, you're just gonna eat shit. Look, I am not the fucking person to talk to about anything related to Star Wars. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of Star Wars. Never even tried to get into the series. The only exposure I really have to Star Wars of any capacity is the Lego games. Those are the only games I've played extensively in the Star Wars universe. And that's all I know of Star Wars, really. And this game, it's so funny, actually, because it is going to be a game I'm going to get rid of just because I'm not... Again, it's a game on my N64, and I'm not that big into my N64 either way. So, you know, I would just... Maybe just, I don't know, get rid of the game. And it's funny because I've said this before. I want to have a complete Dreamcast collection at some point. And this game is on the Dreamcast, so I'm just going to end up with this game again anyway, if I do end up pursuing that. But in terms of how much time I'm going to put into this game is, I don't know. I did play a good amount of this game. I played more of this game than I did the other two racing games, because I wanted to give this game an actual fair shot, because I know I have a friend who really likes this game, and I know there's a lot more to this game than how I'm making it look, because I know you can customize the fuck out of your vehicle and give yourself like special weapons, I think. I mean, I saw this guy use a flamethrower, so I'm just assuming. But it's also the same thing I said about Top Gear Rally. If there's no competition, I'm not invested. If I feel like the AI is just too easy, I am not that invested. And for fuck's sake, I just held down the A button and it worked. I just held down the gas and I never saw another racer again. I feel like I'm missing things, but I'm winning regardless. And I feel like that shouldn't be the case. That shouldn't be happening. There are mechanics and features I'm missing in this game. Yet with the bare minimum, I am still winning. I don't like that. It's not that I don't like winning, it's just that I'd rather it feel good when I win. If I'm just holding down the A button and it works, why am I playing the game? Again, I'd rather just be playing F-Zero. But then again, I'm not a Star Wars fan. This does not pertain to me. This game does not pertain to me. Of course, I'd rather be playing something else. I don't care for Star Wars. And I know I'm probably making a lot of enemies by saying this, but I don't care. I'm not keeping this game. I will probably end up with it again, though, at some point, just because it's on the Dreamcast. And to my friend who really likes this game, I'm not sorry.